I'd like to take this occasion to thank all of the Periscope live stream community that engaged with me in January and February of 2020 on this Vietnam quest. Je voudrais remercier la communauté Periscope qui a participé avec moi durant cette tournée au Vietnam.
But summers are nice in Montreal. Yeah, that's it. When I say if you need to, people who have never come to Montreal, I always tell them come in the summer months because Montrealers are much more agreeable. Not that they're disagreeable in the winter, but they're probably depressed and hibernating under their comforters for 6 months. And then by the time March hits, like everyone's got cabin fever because they've been indoors for half a year. So once they get outside and into the terrace and it's like, oh my God, winter's freaking over, then Montrealers are a lot more nice to, engage with. So that's why I recommend you come spring, summer, fall. It's a no-brainer. Forget about coming in winter unless you like winter sports. If you're like an active winter person, you like skiing and outdoorsy stuff in the sub-zero cold, sure. Knock yourself out. So it's still pretty quiet. I'm looking at the high-rise. The high-rise behind me, where you see that green tarp, you see the window that's over there? I inadvertently caught somebody topless while I was talking to you guys. There might have been a flash of bobs. Boy, that would make all the Turks happy. A flash of bobs on their Periscope, but not on purpose. Just a slight passing. Yeah, and that's probably the most #1 requested thing from the Turkish contingent of Periscope. But if you don't have the Turkish language in your feed, you generally don't have Turkish followers. So they missed out. They missed out. It was she wasn't walking by, and I just gave away the gender. But they were in full display. But at least the window is only waist high, so we just got the upper part. So you could say that we could be on the Vietnamese Riviera, where its tops are optional. I guess rooftop Vietnamese Riviera. Okay. So I don't want to drag on this too long, but I'm hoping that the bar opens earlier than I would like it, or maybe I can request that the bar opens. Yeah, it's I started around 8, so and I've been yammering for, so it's whatever it's Eastern time, add 12 hours. So if it's 8:45 Eastern Standard Time, it's 8:45 in the morning here. If it's 9 o'clock in Toronto or in New York or in Miami, it's 9 o'clock in the morning here. Like 9 o'clock in the evening over there. There's a 12-hour difference. So, what you gonna do? Eat foods? Oh, look, Southeast Asia in general is like a foodie dream. The first time I came, I visited Myanmar, Thailand, and Cambodia, and I ate my way through all of those countries. And Vietnam is even more so like a foodie place. If you understand food and you understand fresh produce and you understand a lot of things, there's a lot of consumption. So that means that, things keep getting replaced and they're like absolutely fresh from the fields, fresh from the abattoir, for those of you that eat meat. And there's this whole culture of eating and enjoying eating, and it's like, family oriented, and it's just part of their life. It's like they take it extremely seriously, and there's a glee to it. And if you get it, you can't help but, get on board. So I've been doing my best. Even before coming here, I did a couple of Chinatown scopes where we have like a banh mi sandwich place, which the banh mi originated from Vietnam. Disinfect your mask too. Well, on the inside, yes, the filter part has a certain. She told me it would last. I don't know if it was a month. It has a certain life, and then I have replacement liners, so they get replaced, and the neoprene you can wash. So yes, there are ways to maintain the masks, and all those particles get stuck in the liner things, and then that you just dispose of in a regular manner. Yeah, because of all of the motorcycles and the exhaust, and it all hovers around like ground level. So when there are people in front of you, and you're like this close to people in front of you with their little motorcycle exhaust, you're breathing in, if you don't have some kind of protection, those fumes. So why would you want to gas yourself needlessly? So be a little more proactive about it. And one of the things you can do is wear an effective mask, which is the kind of general information and advice that I'm giving anybody that will want to come here, and you come prepared. Like I was walking around earlier in the day without the mask on, because I only generally use it when I'm on the bike, because there are more bikes. It's very concentrated when you're on the streets. But yeah, you can feel it at the end of the day. You can feel you've been breathing in a lot more than fresh air. So, and it makes you kind of tired. It runs you down. So, then you look forward to a really good meal to kind of like help settle you, which is what I've been doing. Anyway, so I see there's like high rises in the distance, which you don't really see when you're on ground level because of all the. But I'm not really all that interested in modern architecture. I mean, like Qatar, Doha has a lot of interesting modern architecture. I didn't get to see it; I only saw it in photos. But Vietnam is not developed. But there is another city, Da Nang, I believe, has got some very new modern high rises. So if I ever get there, iPad, it makes you a bit nervous. Okay, we're gonna take it off and we're gonna put it under my arm. Thank you. So enough of the iPad on the ledge. I did not forget it. Thank you, man, Jazzy. So yeah, over there is that famous Hon Kim Lake. I did a scope 2 days ago. There's a temple right at the edge. There's a little bridge. There's a nominal fee. It's really not much to go into the temple, and the temple is very nicely. There's like potted dwarf plants, dwarf trees, and it looks like the real thing. It originally was established almost 1,000 years ago, when the emperor of this part of the world defeated the Ming Chinese. And there's a whole legend around the lake, a big turtle that used to live in the lake, and a lost sword that was refound, all having to do with the lake, and how this place came into being. So the origin stories starts in around there of this part of the world, which is Hanoi.